Coming up next.
I don't know a single nurse that goes into it for the money. They go into it for a career. It is a great career, but you don't stay if you don't love this and you don't love actually helping people and wanting to make a difference in whatever field you're in. You might move to a different field, type thing. It might take you a little while to find your little niche, but you don't do this career for 20 years for a paycheck.
The Job Talk podcast shares stories from people who are passionate and love what they do in their careers. Through conversation, we explore their careers, past work experiences, and the education that got them to where they are now. We are putting together a Career Crisis Ultimate interview series. We are asking experts to give their best advice and guidance around work anxiety, career pressures, career goal setting, and ultimately, career transformation. To learn more about this special interview series and get notified when it's available, please visit our webpage at thejobtalk.com/help. This is the shortened version from our in-depth conversation. Please visit thejobtalk.com to find the full episode.
Today's guest is Teresa Berdusco. Here's our job talk with an emergency room nurse. You've alluded to it through talking about being a nurse, but what do you love about being a nurse?
For me, it's the variety. It's never the same. Even if it's the same thing, it's never the same person. It presents differently, whether it's, young, old, just different. It can be the same disease or the same broken bone, but it's different. And this is going to sound bad, but in all honesty, with emergency, I don't have to see you for a long time. I don't get to know you. I don't have to, I totally look up to and commend those bedside nurses that are up on the floors that have the same patients for days, weeks, months, maybe even years sometimes. Long-term care facilities where you get attached to these people and you get to know them and their family and everything. I don't know if I could do that. I love the craziness and to be able to say, hi, bye, I never want to see you again, leave my emergency. And I usually don't see them ever again. Very rarely do I ever see you again. And so I like that. And I think that's why I've been able to do it for so long, is because I leave it at the door and I don't take it home. And there's obviously there are cases that, hit hard, harder than others. We all have those, whether it's, maybe it's children for you or, someone who's lost their spouse, and next thing there's all those triggers that we have bad days. But for me in emergency, it's the biggest thing is that it's a revolving door and I get something new every day.
What are some misconceptions about nurses that you would like to clear up?
That we do for the money. We do get paid well. I won't say we won't. But we also work hard. And it's a lot of schooling. It's a lot of stress. And it's a lot of responsibility. At some points, you really have someone's life in your hand. And I don't think you can pay anybody ever too much for that, And so it's... I don't know a single nurse that goes into it for the money. They go into it for a career. It is a great career. Yes, there are, we have great benefits and we have great pensions and, all the things that everybody else provides, into their workplace. And so we go into these careers because it's a great career. But there's also more, because you don't stay in that if you don't love it. You can't. It wouldn't be fulfilling. A paycheck's a paycheck, but here when dealing with people and sick people is, I know it's a cliche to say it's a calling, but it's more of a lot of people might start it, but you don't stay if you don't love this and you don't love actually helping people and wanting to make a difference in whatever field you're in. You might move to a different field, type thing. It might take you a little while to find your little niche, but you don't do this career for 20 years for a paycheck.
What could you say to the person that just got accepted into nursing school? What kind of advice could you give that person as they move forward into it?
Stick it out. It's tough. It's really hard. It's a lot of information. It's tough. It's hard work. It's, there's a lot of studying and a lot of exams and that kind of stuff. And sometimes, I'm actually trying to convince one of my daughters to go into nursing as well. And she's like, oh, I don't like blood. I'm like, 4 years. You just got to deal with a little bit for 4 years. And it's not 4 years straight. It's like 2 months of year one, 3 weeks twice a year, and year two and year three, and then 6 weeks. So it's not every day for 4 years. But once you get through that 4 years, you could do anything with it. And it's so portable and so rewarding, and wherever you decide to go, that I would say, just if this is what you want to do, stick with it, find a buddy, and commiserate in your misery of 4 years, and then but keep going, because it's definitely worth it in the end.
Well, thank you so much for doing what you do. Thank you for all of the hard work and what you had to put up with throughout a global pandemic and COVID. And probably most importantly, thank you for volunteering your time around the world to help people. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. I have one little saying that I always say this all the time. I said, we won the lottery being born in Canada, and we just have to be a global good neighbor, like if we can go help. And it's even in a job, right? Even just in nursing, right? Just try and be a better person and help where you can.
Thank you for tuning in to the Job Talk podcast. For more information, please visit us at thejobtalk.com. Our podcast music was created by our friend Mike Malone in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.